Now, Philip, look, you're new to the vice president role, but you've been with the company for over 25 years. And as a matter of fact, you already know this. We've worked together my entire career here. But unfortunately for these lovely ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls here, they haven't had the opportunity and pleasure to know you as long. So kick it off, Philip. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, if you can't guess, I'm from southern Minnesota. So
Right.
My accent's a little difficult for some people to understand. Like Ben said, I've been with the company over 25 years. Married, have a wife of 30 years. She's an incredible person. She's the one that enables me to travel to great places like Heydays, do the things I do. I have 2 kids. One's okay. He's questionable. We're still working on him. I have a 28-year-old daughter. She's incredible. I love to hunt. I love the outdoors. So if anybody here is interested in trading a hog hunt, a deer hunt, a turkey hunt, a dove shoot, anything like duck hunting down south for a good hunt up in Minnesota, find me later because I'm a sucker for doing that. So there's my guy right there.
You got a swamp meat booth back there?
I'll meet you over here, okay?
We already got takers. That's awesome. Phil, is this your first time at Heydays?
Second time. This
Second
is,
time.
6 years.
Awesome. Everybody give Philip a welcome back to Heydays. Awesome. Welcome back. So, Philip, tell me, what excites you the most about the future of Arctic Cat?
Right here. I mean, look at that. Look at all these people supporting Arctic Cat. I think just the legend of the brand, what you're going to see here in a few minutes, and then our continued commitment to giving you the best out there so we can just continue to dominate in this space.
That's awesome. Now, Philip, I know that if I could get Wi-Fi to your tree stand, you'd be in the outdoors hunting and fishing every single day. But tell me, what's your favorite Arctic Cat product that we sell?
It's got to be the Prowler Pro.
Prowler Pro.
Yeah.
Why? Tell me why.
I mean, it's just what I do. You know, I'm an outdoors person. I hunt. I use mine literally 2 or 3 times a week, literally every weekend. Food plots, checking cameras, hanging stands, just riding around, enjoying the outdoors. I mean, it's quiet. It's bulletproof. I've got over 3,000 miles on a crew, and still running the original belt on it. All I've ever done is change oil. What more can you ask for?
I'm telling you, man. Hey, wise words. A wise man once said, hunting, fishing, living every day, right? That's right. That's too much. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even said that. That wasn't even part of my script. Now, anything else you want these fine ladies and gentlemen to know about you today, Philip?
Nothing about me. It's all about Arctic Cat, and it's about this fantastic team of engineers, sales team, and most importantly, incredible dealer network we have to support this brand. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you get as excited about what you're about to see as our entire team has. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Big round of applause and big Heydays. Welcome to Vice President Philip Jan. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Well, hey, fortunately for you guys, Philip's not the only new face that you're going to get to see today. We're also going to be announcing an all-new member to the Black Cat team. Now, I don't need to tell you guys this. You already know the Black Cats are a group of elite athletes that push the boundaries of what's possible on snowmobiles. But they're more than that. They're ambassadors for the sport, right? They push you guys to be better at what you do on your snowmobile every single day. And they also bring a new community of riders into the sport, which helps grow this company and this business and this industry that we love so much. And my next guest is, I believe, going to raise that ambassadorship level to the next level. Now, my next guest is new to the Arctic Cat family, but no stranger to the snowmobile industry. They have proven themselves on the race course, and they're about to take their ambassadorship to the next level to help grow the sport. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our newest Black Cat, Taylor Peck Anderson. Yeah, girl. Awesome. Taylor, welcome. Welcome to Heydays. Congratulations on becoming the first female Black Cat that we've ever had. How does it feel?
Whoa, it's very humbling and honoring to be a part of the team and to step into this new role.
Well, we're super excited to have you. You guys can already read. We've got a ton of stats from Taylor back here behind us. She's living in Chalice, Idaho. She's, a decorated hill climb athlete, but she's moving herself to become more of a backcountry ambassador and again push the boundaries of snowmobile performance. So Taylor, how are your goals changing for this year?
as I move more into the backcountry aspect, I just want to push myself in all aspects, whether it's tree riding or getting comfortable in the air, but just riding with a bunch of new people and pushing myself.
Now, Taylor, as from what I understand, you're the first snowmobile athlete in your family, and really the first snowmobile rider. What brought you to this sport? What encouraged you to ride snowmobiles?
So in my early 20s, I wanted to push myself more as a backcountry skier, and I started exploring on a snowmobile, and I fell in love with the snowmobiling aspect, and here we are.
Oh, awesome! I love to see it. We love to see new ladies on the sleds and bringing new women into the sport. So that's super exciting. We're excited to see you do that. Now, last year you actually had an exclusive opportunity to ride the all-new Catalyst, the Mountain Catalyst. Give us your first impressions of what you thought about this new machine.
So I was really impressed with just the maneuverability in the trees and just how light and easy it was to climb and move around and side hill, and I'm just really excited to push myself on it.
Awesome. Well, Taylor, thanks you for joining us. Everybody, please again welcome Taylor Peck Anderson to the Black Cats team. Taylor, thanks for joining us. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Well, hey, listen, Taylor actually wasn't the only one to ride the all-new Catalyst last year. Some of you guys actually had the opportunity to do so at some of our Ride and Drive events, but we rely on members of our team like Taylor, the Black Cats, and Team Arctic to test and put these vehicles through their paces before they get in your hands. And trust me when I say they do just that. And like I said earlier, everywhere that we put this Catalyst, it just dominated. It performed. But you don't have to take my word for it. The results speak for themselves. Take, for example, Zach Herfindahl. He's not here today. His race sled is over there. And let me tell you guys, you can look this up. In his very first cross-country race on the ZR Catalyst, first place. First place on a ZR 600, right? That's incredible. We even saw the Mountain Catalyst crest the hill of Snow King Mountain at the Jackson Hill Climb World Championship. And that is just super awesome, guys. And it just gets me super excited about the future. But still, we heard you guys say, oh, but it's only a 600. We want more power. Well, guys, I'm super happy to say we're going to do just that. Today, we unleash the beast.
Oh my gosh. You know, I didn't think it could get any better than last year. Everything we heard, you know, from people, talking to people when we released the Catalyst last year was like, where's the new engine? It's been an entire year already. Can you believe it? An entire year, and we get to show you finally the new engine. So everybody guessed, all the different guesses, 900, 950, 1,000, 800. People would ask me what it was, and I'd say higher than 800, less than a 900. I thought it was Barb Barker and Price is Right. So glad to see you guys all here. We are such a passionate industry. It just amazes me when I see this. In fact, would you guys mind if I took your picture? Can I take your picture? All right, okay, I'm not a selfie guy, but I'm going to take a selfie with you guys so people think I got a lot of friends. All right. Thank you. Oh, man, that makes me feel good. I'm going to get all kinds of new Facebook friends. Okay, so this all-new 858. This is a power plant that exactly complements the new Catalyst platform. Everything you've heard today, we've talked about mass centralization, low center of gravity. We have all that and more now. We have 11% more horsepower. This engine is actually 4% lighter than the 600 engine. So now, when I say 11% more, that's more than the 800. So now we got the 600 on steroids. So we'll start off with the goals and the benefits of the 858. Obviously, more horsepower. What it's going to do for you, it's going to result in quicker acceleration and top speed. That centralized mass, that lower center of gravity, less weight, gives you precise handling and maneuverability, lightweight and nimble package, and then above all, durability and reliability. We've taken all the things that we've known throughout the years and applied it to this new engine to make sure that it is going to run top notch and it's going to last for a long time. All right, like the Catalyst, it's important to focus on certain design intents of the engine itself. So we knew we needed to be a lay-down engine, and we'll go through some of the stuff on why we felt that way. New crankcase design, the right bore and stroke, new exhaust valve system, new air intake, and a new exhaust system in the pipe and manifold. All right, so we talk about the lay-down engine. Why do we do if you didn't know, lay-down engine means the air intake and the exhaust are both on the front of the engine. We've been doing that engine design since 2002 race sled, and the reason why we've done it is because we want to get that engine down as low and as close to the rider as possible, so that it's like you're on top of the engine. Gives you the right balance of the sled and gets you the optimal agility and handling. And then a low center of gravity really makes it so the machine is more maneuverable for the rider. So it's just, you don't ride the sled, you control the sled doesn't control you. So there's a lot that went into what is the right bore and stroke. I mean, we've heard it, well, it's got to be 1,000, it's got to be a 950. We've had 1,000 twin before. We know what happens. If you get too heavy, you can get power, but if you get too heavy, it's not as much fun. So the team really looked at it and studied, and they came up with the bore and stroke that you see today with the 85 millimeter bore, which is similar to our 794cc engine, but we've increased the stroke to 75.6 millimeter. So this is going to give you the horsepower that you're looking for, but keep the weight. If we'd have gone to a bigger bore size, everything would have gotten bigger. It would have defeated what we were trying to do with the Catalyst. So we chose on the longer stroke to give us that horsepower we need, as well as it actually improves our emissions. What's the horsepower? I told you, it's 11% more than the 800. The horsepower is a number that is something that you'll see on a lot of different dynos. Stay tuned and you'll hear more about what the actual horsepower is. I'm sure somebody will dyno it and tell you. But we've never really published our specific horsepower numbers just because every dyno is different. The 858 required a new crankcase due to the longer stroke, so whenever we're going to design something new, we're going to go for getting the weight out of it as much as we can. Improved flow. We've taken and we've integrated the mounts into the bottom of the case to get that engine down as low as possible. This 858 actually sits 3/8 of an inch down lower than our current 600 by doing that. Plus we're able to really improve on things like moving the reed cage 12 millimeters closer to the engine to get us more room for our centerline progressive steering post. Stuff like that. We increase the venting around the stator, so anytime you do something new, you're looking to make it better. This new exhaust valve system that's in this new 858 is something that's completely different. It's a variation of the exhaust valves we've used since the late 90s, but it's gotten to the point where we've been able to really make it work to how it's supposed to, where it's controlling the RPMs, the horsepower and the torque from all the way from low end all the way to top. So you're adjusting that port height the whole time. It's a push-pull actuator, so it's controlled by a pulley that's controlled by an ECM. And what that's going to do is going to give you precision tuning of the exhaust system, resulting in cleaner emissions and a more linear torque curve. So the advantages of the new system are less parts and more part height change, so 250%. Also, the exhaust valve stays tight to the piston, which gives you that precise horsepower and torque that you need, but also improves on our emissions. And we're more simple. If you look at the exhaust valve system, it's 30 parts per cylinder. If you look at the new one, it's down to 15 parts per cylinder. So always improving. I would request that you come take a look. We're going to have a cutaway over here. You can play with the exhaust valve and see how it works. We have engineers that'll be over here answering questions, the guys in the green shirts. So if you got any questions, just feel free to ask, and they'll probably ask you a few as well. The air intake system is new in the Catalyst. The idea behind that is anytime you're able to do something new, you're able to get actually, I got to back up here. I'm still on the exhaust system. Sorry about that. The new exhaust system, we're doing a new pipe, so we're able to take some weight out of it, precisely tune it to the new Catalyst platform. And we've improved the durability. We've had good mounting on all our pipes, but we've been able to make it even better on the new pipe. So now we'll talk about the air intake system. So look at the sleds. You can see our air intake system is taking the air out at the top here. We focused on making it as light as possible, close to the rider, so when you are going through the really deep powder, you'll be able to either brush it off or it just sheds off as you're going through the snow. Also, we've eliminated any chance of air leak or snow leaking in, so it's a very robust seal. And we have a secondary outlet because it really sucks if you're going to super deep powder and it does cap off. We have a secondary inlet underneath the hood that'll keep that power going to the engine. So we have some other big news that we wanted to share with you. What was the second question everybody asked? Where's your new gauge? Well, I am very pleased to tell you that we have a new gauge coming in model year 2025. It took long enough. Where do you work? What do you do? Just kidding. So we're working with Garmin. It's called the Arctic G8 powered by Garmin. And I think most people have heard of Garmin. They're one of the top companies in GPS technology, and we're really excited to be working with them. The new gauge was designed specifically to work with our CAN bus system. So one second. All right. So all the stuff that you want to see off your engine with speed, RPM, tach, air temperature, exhaust temperature, voltage, all that stuff is hooked up to our system. So you get all that. But what's more, what everybody's been asking for is you get all the trail maps and all the states and the provinces and the group ride radio. Say that fast 10 times. And the phone connectivity. So working with Garmin will give you, because we work with Garmin, they have a deal that they work with all the different agencies up in Canada and the US, so that if ever a trail changes, if the route changes, you can automatically update it onto your new gauge from your sled if you're near Wi-Fi, and if you're not near Wi-Fi, you can do it by using your phone with Bluetooth technology. So that reminded me of a question that I was pondering on last night. We've talked a lot about the trail systems and all the hard work. How many people here belong to a club? A lot. That is great to see, because if it weren't for the clubs to keep these trails open, none of us here on this line or you would have places to ride, and we would have product that we have no place to ride. So thank you for being in a club, and if you're not in a club, I would encourage you to join one, because once you lose riding areas and you don't have the trails to go on, then there's no place to ride. So, and also on top of that, if you get a chance to join MinUSA, if you haven't joined already, it's a great organization. If you're from Minnesota, join MinUSA. All right, so the group ride radio, it's going to be able to track up to 20 riders at once. You can communicate, two-way voice and text communication, pair with a compatible Bluetooth headset, no cellular coverage needed. Group ride communication and trails are also compatible with a 5.5-inch tread accessory that we currently sell. And when paired to a mobile device, you have access to Group Ride Mobile, all the different things, weather forecast, radar, everything. The one thing I would say that's kind of a bummer is that if you like to be disconnected, you're not going to be disconnected. So you may get a text from your significant other that says, hey, it's time to come home, and you have no excuse. So I think you can live with that. You could probably say that you lost, that the gauge quit working if you really wanted to, but it won't, so you're okay. Before I pass it back to Ben, I want to comment again on something that, something within our Arctic Cat family. Nicole Byrne, who is our marketing manager, raise your hand, Nicole. She was the one that was up here throwing the footballs and kicking them. She was recently married. Her husband is a United States Marine. So congratulations, Nicole. The only thing tougher than a Marine is a Marine's wife. So I'll let Ben have it after that.
All right, thanks, Troy. I guess I need to go into the Marine Corps or marry a female Marine to get that kind of camaraderie. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot more planned for the rest of the day. We've got a deep dive session, again, scheduled at 4 o'clock. If you want to take a look close up and personal at the all-new 858, you're in luck. We got one that's coming out from behind the curtain over there that they're going to lay out. It's a cutaway so you can see the internals. You can see all the stuff that Troy was just talking about. We even have one up here. We hid it in plain sight. We're gonna take the panels off. Maybe we'll start it. I don't know. I'm pretty easily persuaded. I don't have the authority to do so, but I might be able to find somebody that does. Now listen, guys, if you have any questions about the 858 or the Garmin, the Arctic Cat G8, find one of these guys wearing a bright green polo. They're all over. If you guys can raise your hand, where are you guys? I see Ben over here. You saw him on the stage. There's some guys, peppered throughout here. They're here to answer your questions about the all-new 858 and the G8. So please ask them. Like I said, though, guys, we have more planned for you guys. It's not just today. We'll be back here tomorrow. We're going to hear from the Blackcats. We got Dave McClure over here. Let's hear some noise for Dave McClure. We got Maverick Walker with that baseball arm. We got Riley Kincaid. We got Kyle Hustis.